Would you believe me if I told you that half of Disney's characters are set to become LGBTQ? No? I don't blame you. What if I told you that Disney's writers have been inserting LGBTQ themes into movies without approval and without consent? Would you believe that? No? Okay. What if I told you that Disney parks are no longer allowed to say hi, boys and girls, because some kids don't identify with traditional gender roles? Would you believe that? If you don't, I don't blame you. I didn't believe it the first time I heard it. But alas, it is true. How did I know this? Courtesy of a leaked Zoom call, which we will analyze in this video. Our institutions have been overtaken, both civil and governmental, by woke leftist Marxist ideology. But finally, a light is being shed on it. The question is it too late? I don't think so. As I mentioned earlier, the first time I heard about these things, I didn't believe them. I thought Tim Pool was just exaggerating or taking things out of context. So I decided to do the research myself, and holy shit, it was true. So, courtesy of the Daily Wire, the Daily Mail, Disney executive who is the mother of a transgender and pansexual child says she wants at least half of all future characters to be LGBTQIA or racial minorities. Theme parks are now banned from saying hello, boys and girls. Don't worry, I'm not going to read this to you. We're going to watch it together. Not the whole thing, the interesting part.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually, one transgender child and one pansexual child.
Do you guys think that the children came to those conclusions just by themselves, or do you think that the way they were raised and what was happening in the households had something to do with it?
And also as a leader. And that was the thing that really got me, because I have heard so much from so many of my colleagues over the course of the last couple of weeks, in open forums and through emails and phone conversations. And I feel a responsibility to speak, not just for myself, but for them, to all of us. We had an open forum last week at 20th where, again, the home of really incredible, groundbreaking LGBTQIA stories over the years, where one of our execs stood up and said, we only have a handful of queer leads in our content. And I went, what? That can't be true. And I realized, it actually is true. We have many, many, many LGBTQIA characters.
Why can't that be true? You're making children's content. Why do you need to make it about queer theory? Why do you need to make it about sex? Why do you need to make it about the sex of the characters? Their sexual orientation. It makes no sense to me. Does it make any sense to you? Why are you trying to get rid of the children's innocence? Let them watch a guy fighting a dragon. Nobody cares if he's gay. Nobody cares if he's trans.
In our stories, and yet we don't have enough leads and narratives in which gay characters just get to be characters, and not have to be about gay stories. And so that's been very eye-opening for me. And I can tell you, it's something that I feel perhaps had this moment not happened, I as a leader and me as my colleagues would not have focused on.
By the way, the moment that the catalyst to all this is the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida, which we've covered several times already, and we're not going to be doing so now. But I don't understand how these people get to these positions of power, executive power, and they're obsessed with transgender and pansexual theory. Make kids content, and that's it. Entertain kids. We don't have to teach them about sexuality. We just don't. But hey, take a look at this one.
We removed all of the gendered greetings in relationship to our lives feels. So we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We've provided training for all of our cast members in relationship to that. So now they know it's hello everyone or hello friends. We are in the process of changing over those recorded messages, and so many of you are probably familiar when we brought the fireworks back to the Magic Kingdom. We no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we say dreamers of all ages. And so I love the fact that it's opened up the creativity, the opportunity for our cast members to look at that.
God, it just sounds so gay. dreamers of all ages.
We have our cast members working with merchandise, working with food and beverage, working with all of our guest facing areas where perhaps, we want to create that magical moment with our cast members, with our guests. And we don't want to just assume because someone might be in our interpretation, maybe presenting as female, that they may not want to be called princess. So let's think differently about how do we really engage with our guests in a meaningful and inclusive way that makes it magical and memorable for everyone.
This is like a negative feedback loop. These people, the educators and the people in charge of making kids content, they start putting all these gender and trans sexual things into the education and into the kids' minds. Then the kids start identifying as trans, and then they change the law, saying, "Hey, we gotta change the way we do things because some kids identify as non-heteronormative. Some kids they might present as female, but they might not want to be called princess." Right? Do you know why? Because you brainwashed them. There's more.
Like, I love Disney's content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, you hear whispers. I'd heard things like, oh, they won't let you show this on the Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little, sus when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard on my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA. The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like
there it is. She has a gay agenda, and she's making children's programming. Do you want your kids to watch something created by someone with a gay agenda? I don't have kids, but I wouldn't.
I felt like it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last, they are turning it around, they're going hard. And then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of, I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background, I was just, wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me. It's I love just.
Why is she so happy about injecting queerness all over the show? You see, I wasn't lying. It's crazy. She's crazy. Disney's crazy for him giving her a job. Oh, sorry. She's female presenting, but I don't know if she identifies as a boy. Maybe a unicorn. Who knows? Thankfully, though, the Daily Wire is stepping up. I'm pouring $100 million into kids' entertainment. Ben Shapiro, Jeremy Boring, and the Daily Wire are going to be $1 billion company. Give it 10 years. They're getting into so many different avenues. They're getting into book publishing, movie producing, kids' entertainment producing. Now they're doing razors. Because one razor company decided to go woke and cancel their ads with them, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll make our own razor company," and they're killing it. Daily Wire is gonna kill it. Now, when I was little, the only trans things that were in TV shows was this: Transformers, and that's what you should watch with your kids. Transformers, not transgender theory. It's not for them. It's not for anyone, but especially not for children. Now, if you want to talk about representation is important. My gay kid wants to see gay people on TV. My black kid wants to see black. Okay, whatever. But don't make the show about the identity. Don't make the show about the guy being black. Don't make the show about the guy being gay. Make a good show, make a good story, and just make the guy gay or black. A wonderful example of this. One of my favorite characters of TV of all time is Omar from The Wire. This guy. Hey, yo, Omar coming. One of the best written characters, one of the best acted characters. I love this character. Gangster, thug, killer, drug dealer, murderer. You know what? Gay, black. Oh yeah, his enemies call him a fag all the time. What a great character. And that's how you put it in your show. You don't make it about their identity. You just make a great character. This is part of the same thing, but not really. It's our governmental institutions, courtesy of Secretary Javier Becerra. On this International Trans Day of Visibility, I say to our transgender communities, we see you, we stand with you, and we will be there for you. For the first time in history, the transgender flag is flying in front of a federal agency. What a disgrace. What's Trans Day of Visibility? I feel like there's a day for everything. It's Day for Gender Queerness. It's Trans Day of Visibility. It's International Women's Day. It's a Redhead Day. It's everything. Enough. And let's finish it off with the good old Joseph Robinette Biden telling trans people, I see you.
Celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility. I want you to know that your president sees you. Jill, Kamala, Doug, our entire administration.
Let's be honest, Biden doesn't see shit. Not trans people, not straight people. He can't see shit. His eyes are open, but there's nothing there. Nothing's going on inside of there.
Sees you for who you are, made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. But we know it's hard when there are those out there who don't see you and don't respect you. For example, the onslaught of anti-transgender state laws attacking you and your families is simply wrong.
He's talking about the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida, which again has nothing to do with trans or gay kids. You can live your life, just not be taught in schools. Now Texas is having some other laws saying that parents that allow their kids to have surgery to transition may be facing some child abuse charges, which I don't know if I disagree with that.
This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills. And we're committed to advancing transgender equality in the classroom, on the playing field, at work, in our military, in our housing and healthcare systems.
And that's why we're so weak around the world. Because we're focused on implementing transgender acceptance theory in our military.
Everywhere, simply everywhere. Today, we're announcing even more steps. But there's always more work to do to end the epidemic of violence against transgender women of color and girls of color, to ensure transgender seniors can age with dignity, and to finally pass a bipartisan Equality Act, to help transgender persons around the world live free from discrimination and violence. Above all, to be there with you. To parents of transgender children, affirming your child's identity is one of the most powerful things you can do to keep them safe and healthy.
I can't believe he said that. I haven't heard this before this video. I can't believe that he said affirming your child's sexual identity, gender identity. It's one of the most powerful things you could do to keep them safe and healthy. What a disgusting man. It's the opposite, completely the opposite. You're going to mutilate your kids, Joe, because they're having a temper tantrum, because they've been indoctrinated by the public school system and by the shows that they watch?
To any transgender American who's struggling, please know that you're not alone. To parents and children alike, please ask for help. And know this, you're so brave, you belong, and we have your back. God bless you all. Be brave.
Transgender people don't believe in God. Come on. I would say 99.9% of transgender people don't believe in God. I can't believe you said that. What a disgusting man. Let me be clear here. I have no personal issue with transgender folk, with transgender adults. Keyword being adults. I think it's child abuse. Mental for sure, maybe physical. To put all this bullshit into kids' minds and then affirming their sex, letting them have surgery, chopping off their dick, their tits, whatever. What if I identified as a cyclops? Would you think it's okay for my parents to take me to the doctor and take one of my eyes out? Why not? That's what I felt like that was my true self. What would you say then? I don't see the difference. But again, what do I know? Wait a second. I do know what I know. I know more than Joe Biden and all these crazy leftist Marxists. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, so follow me on YouTube. If you like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Thank you for watching. See you next time.